Okay, so today we have a race at Rudskogen in F4 cars. I'm only going to share the first couple laps of this because after that it was just a pretty boring race of running lap after lap after lap with no traffic and picking up a couple of positions through cars retiring. But the start was actually fairly entertaining. So at this point, just kind of sitting on the grid, waiting for everyone to get going. With these F4 races, I've noticed there's usually somebody starting from the pits, so it's a full wait for the time to expire before we start. In this, I have started playing with adjusting my brake balance on the fly for different corners. Generally, I've found that the higher speed sweepers, I want more towards the front. And here we are about to be off. You'll notice I rolled just a little bit. I almost had a false start, but caught it. Got off the line okay. I was all the way back in 17th, so not trying for anything crazy for the first two corners since I know it's going to be a bit of a show. Got somebody showing wheel on the left, somebody on the right, and then chaos. Um, Out of this, I went from 17th to 10th in one turn, so I will take that. Managed to avoid all the chaos. Coming up, this is one of the turns where it's generally losing a little bit of speed to the fast guys. They're all running 119s, and I'm back in 121s for normal, with a really good lap being low 120s. This is definitely kind of a tricky section that I know I'm still not getting quite right, but it is fun. And coming up here is one of the points where I'm going to shift my brake balance a little bit more towards the rear. And at this point, car number 8 is definitely looking a little bit menacing. I did end up ahead of them at the end. I believe they ended up crashing out and actually passed them on an out lap, or not an out lap, when they had come out of the pits. So we'll be back up with a little bit, brakes a little bit more towards the front for the first series of turns. At this point, I'm hoping I can maybe catch the lead guys, but also not super hopeful that that's going to happen. They all qualified in 119s. Hoping I might have some race pace on them, but did not turn out to be the case. And like I said, after that first couple of corners, this race was largely uneventful. This corner, my braking marker's like right before the curbing, and then dive in hard. Also on the gas fairly early. Let's see, lap number 2 was a 121.4, which is okay for me. You can see I'm a second off the pace already. And this was kind of unfortunate that car number 6 had gone off and got back on the track and definitely impeded me a bit and slowed me down. Trying to hold the position through here, but coming out of that turn, they're on the inside. So I'm going to have to just yield the position still, and now 8 is right on my ass. Through this, I had noticed car number 8 looking a little bit menacing and likely might be a bit of a weapon, locking up tires and corners and whatnot. I don't think, and at this point, I think I decide I'm just going to go ahead and let them by and let them take out car number 6 if they're going to be a bit of a hooligan. That actually didn't end up happening. And this is kind of how the race went, really, for the rest of it. 6 scampered off, passed a few cars that had retired, and it was just 15 laps of doing my thing outside of traffic.